Hi, crafty friends. This is Donna with AK Gal Stamps. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Springfield, Ohio, and I hope you're all doing well. I'm coming on a little bit later tonight because I had some plans and wasn't sure if I'd get back in time, so I wanted to give myself a little bit more window. So I don't know if anybody's going to be able to catch on tonight or not. So I did a promotion for doing 12 cards and with qualifying orders, or people could also buy the kits themselves. So I'm just doing the cards. Lots of good stuff this week. Kits are on sale up to 30%. Good. That sale's good through Wednesday. Kits are always a great way to craft. Easy, fun. They're great as gifts too. I do send kits to my family in the Netherlands, and they always have fun with them. And also, it's a great joining special. For $35, you can get 125 in product, or you can spend $99 and get 189 in product. Anything of your choice. They don't pick it. You get to pick it. That is good through the 31st. So, hi, Cindy. I'm glad you made it. Anyways, so I'm going to flip the camera around so you can look at the desk. There we go. And if you're watching, I'd love to hear where you're from. I know Cindy's from my area. So you're going to start with a card base that is 8.5 by 5.5. It's scored at 4 1/4, basically in half. And then it's also scored at 2 1/8, which would also be the front half folded back in half. Easy peasy, easy peasy. This is called a Z fold. So you will need that piece. You will need a piece of Designer Series paper that is 4 by 5 1/4. Get some loose stuff off that. I still didn't do a good job. Whoops, something fell off. So I need that. And that paper, let's see if I can find it. Oh, I should have gotten it out. Yep, too much paper. There it is. Okay, this paper is from the Country Woods. I think it's in the annual catalog, so I've still got some left, not a lot, but I do have some left. A lot of woodsy patterns. So that was 4 by 5 1/4. You need another piece that is 4.5 by 6, scored at 3. And that's this piece. You need some more DSP, Designer Series paper, that is 2 3/4 by 4 1/4 and 2 by 5 1/4. Yeah, there we go. So you got those pieces. In your kit, you would have also gotten some scrap white, hopefully, and the banner. I'm not sure what else I might have put in there. Hey, Tracy. Now I'm thinking back. It's like, ooh, brain fog, brain fog. I am using the Jar of Joy, which coordinates with the Jar Punch. There are 2 stamp sets that coordinate with this Jar Punch. And I already had the other bundle, so I got this stamp set. I mean, you have to, right? When they have 2 stamp sets that go with the same punch, and you already have the punch, you kind of have to. So this is a really easy card. I am going to do some coloring since I'm using this jar. You can just stamp things and not color them, but I like to color, so any opportunity to color, I'm there. Okay, so we have that piece. The other side of that was that, and I didn't like that, so I'm using this piece, the woodsy piece. So it's like, oh my gosh, I know they're right. It's right in front of me. There it is. Okay. Put it in a different spot. Yeah, we went over to our daughter's tonight for dinner, and that was fun. And we played Aggravation, which is a marble game. So you've got this, okay? Then you're going to take this white panel, and you can glue this right in. I would kind of center it on here. That's me. That's what I would do. You don't have to, but that is what I would do. I'm always amazed at the people that can make such a wow card out of something very simple. I think that's good. Straight, hopefully. This piece goes right here. That's the other side, which is, I think that, I don't want that. Or no, it's not the other side. It's different. But I don't want a wood pattern because I already got a wood pattern, right? It's not a guy card per se. So we're not going to go with all wood. And that's getting glued right there. And you've got a tag, which will go on here, but we need some white scrap. White scrap because I am going to stamp my image. Let's move this stuff around. I'm going to do the jar, right? And I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use some smoky slate for that. And I'm going to stamp that on there. I still remember these type of jars from when I was a kid. There's that. And I am going to do something different than I did with my first one, my first card. Just trying to mix it up a little bit. Okay, I'll put that back. And I'm going to use the ornaments because you have the two-step stamping for the gingerbread, which Cindy would like that. You've got the snowman, right? And then that's his hat, part of his hat and his scarf. You've got the ornaments, which I think I'm going to use the ornaments. Oh, if there's any paper laying out, you know that dog's going to get it. She has a hard time turning down paper. Now, we took her to the vet today. I found a lump on her Saturday. And because Goldens are prone to a couple kinds of cancers, I made an appointment this morning to go see the vet, and so it took her. She had an appointment at 1:15. So took her in to see Dr. Tina, and they said it was kind of hard to tell if it was just a lump, if it was a non-cancerous tumor, what it was. They didn't know. They said they can do a biopsy, but I've already, we've already kind of gone through my mother-in-law losing her dog, golden retriever, to cancer. So I just I want to have it taken off. So we made an appointment to have that done. When I want to color, like with this jar, I'm going to put a little pool party on that around the edges. It just kind of makes it stand out. I originally got this idea, I think, from Dawn Griffith. I think she's the one that first introduced me to this technique. it just kind of gives it a little bling. I am going to punch this out, which I'm going to do that before I do all the coloring, okay? Because you know what happens when you spend all this time coloring and then you punch it out and you don't get it just right, then you ruin your image. I have done that. Now you can take this cap and color it. I had some scrap gold because I cut out a lot of these, and these are the centers, and so it's like, oh, I made a little cap for it out of that. Okay, so I am going to use Lost Lagoon and Pool Party and color my ornaments in. I might get a different color too. I don't know if I have something that I like just as well. Maybe, or if that light blue would go. Possibly. Let's see what that looks like in the middle. I think I'm going to do that. Do that, and then do this one. This is not hard coloring at all. Like that. And I think I'm going to do the light blue in the center. And then you know what we got to do. We got to use some Wink of Stella. I have a blob on a block because I was splattering. You know how that is. And this one's getting light, so I am just going to put it on here. Get some Wink of Stella on there. Wink of Stella is one of those things you need to carry in your little crafty bag, you know? But yeah, I like how that looks. You can see how shiny that is, right? Okay, so I'll put that back. This dries here, and then I just wet it a little bit and then get the wink back on it. And I use a one that's going dry. I think I'm going to put a little bit more of this on the inside, maybe. Let's see. I'm just getting a little aggressive here, aren't I? Because I see that line there, and I'm like, well, we will just do that. I just remember the old glass that they used to have when I was a kid. To me, it sounded just so ancient. But my aunt had some neat glass jars that I really liked. Okay, so we've got that. And I'm going to be sending a jar full of cheer. So I'm going to put that on a long block. And I'm going to use some black. This stamp set also has something that looks like snow that you could do. When you have a stamp that is too big for what you're going to put it on, there are two things you could do, two thoughts. I mean, you can cut your stamps apart. I do that sometimes, but I generally will like stamp just half the thing. There's such a glare, I can't tell where I am. You can always put adhesive on this side. When you stamp it, then take the adhesive off. You can do that. Sending a jar. That's good. And then I'll clean that off. I want to make sure it's off. And then I'm switching it around for the full of cheer on the other side. Full of cheer. Oh, that's not quite dark enough. Let's get a little more. There we go. You do have to be careful though, because sometimes if you don't get it all off, you're going to get a very faint line of the remainder of your sentence. That's why it's always nice to cut two. Cut two. So there's that. I'm going to cover this up for a moment. And I want to get my blue. Put that around the edge. Like that. I wonder, I really haven't used this bow much. There's a little bow in here. And what color should I do that? Should I do it in a, I wonder if I should do it in a different color. Maybe the Lost Lagoon. Lost Lagoon. Wonder how that'll look. I'm just testing myself to see what I think. That might be all right. I'm pulling kind of that teal color from this paper. I just want to have some color on there. Okay. I'm happy now. That made me happy. So we've got our jar. We've got the lid. So I'm going to put a little bead of glue on the very top of this jar. As little as I can put. And then I'm going to put, I really should have some tweezers, you know that? Because I'm going to get my fingers in that. On this. I need tweezers right here. And I think, but can I actually place it there and then let go of it without pulling it off? See, my hands move too much. That's what I figured my problem was going to be. My hands move. So I'm going to leave that alone for a moment. Let that dry. Put this back. And I'm going to put this up here on dimensionals. I'll close this for the moment. Put that over there. Okay. And I've got dimensionals. Where did I put you? There's my box of dimensionals. Okay. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Now tomorrow's video will be pre-recorded because I'm having a house full of people tomorrow. Having fun. Making Christmas cards. And I need to take care of lots of things though. Got to go through all my kits tonight, make sure I have everything ready for tomorrow. Get all the ink, because I took all the inks out and put a little note. That's cute. And now the inside. We have to do an inside. And wishing you the sweetest Christmas. Right? Right. Okay. What did I do with the big block? Right there. There it is. And black. Actually, I would like to take some pool party. Take some pool party. Just want like a swipe of ink other than black underneath that. I don't know if I'll like it or not. You never know what you're going to like. Yeah, that's not bad. I like that. I like that. It'll work for me. Put that back. And where's my bling? There it is. We need bling. Like that. And I think we are going to do the, I don't know what this is. I haven't decided if this is like a teal or like a pool party kind of color. I don't know what it is. I don't know. Oops. Like that. Why don't I use this? That would make it a lot easier. So there's that cute little card. I like it. Let's see. I think we've covered everything. Tomorrow is double. You're going to have a card and a gift bag. That's for tomorrow. So it'd be great if I could figure out how to schedule it, but I can't schedule it with my phone, even though I took it with my phone, but I can't schedule it. So, but it'll be out. It should be downloaded before 7 o'clock tomorrow. So you just watch it when you can. Now, Cindy, have you made the cards? Have you been able to keep up? Or have you had too many other things to do and haven't been able to quite make all the cards? We're halfway. Today makes it halfway. Card 6. My original card, this is this card today. My original card, a little bit different paper. I used this on the back. But that one used the gingerbread, and I used pecan pie with that. So those are the 2 cards. Yep, they're coming in the morning. I have 2 new people coming tomorrow night, and Tracy and Jen are so far coming. I think I've got 4 and 4. So that works out well. So anyway, I hope you like this. And if you did, give me a thumbs up, like, subscribe, all the good things. And I'll actually see you in person on Wednesday night. I'll be here Wednesday night live. But like I said, I'm pre-recording the one for tomorrow night. So I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your evening. And I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.